Peace and blessings. This is Nubia, I, the raw food goddess, the womb priestess, and the holistic practitioner. Welcome to Sensuality, Sexuality And Adornment. So I'm so excited, and I've been in this Sensuality, Sexuality And Adornment since November actually started. And it's just something that takes over, something that permeates your life. And the more that you do it, the more that you're conscious that you are in sensuality, in sexuality, and into adornment, the more you know about it, the more it will come into your life and eventually be part of your life and eventually be your life. I mean, the most important thing for a woman is to be in touch with what that means to her. What gift does that bring? Why a woman? Why am I not a man? Why do I have a vagina and not a penis? Why do I have breasts? Why do I have hips or thighs or booty? Why do I have those things? Why is it different than what my male counterparts has? And what about it is sacred? And how can I use it? Why do I have it, and how can I use it to have a happier life? And how has it been wounded? And where does it need to be revived or resuscitated? Where have I died? How have I closed down my womb? How have I forgot about my divine femininity? What happened to me? When was it lost? Who took it? You know, so many questions. But the first thing we want to do this week is we really want to talk about the food that we eat. And because the food that we eat is going to answer a lot of the questions that I just asked you now. Like, where did we lose it? When did we bury it? And what is this it? First, let's talk about what this it that we're talking about. When I'm talking about divine feminine energy, to me, it implies that this energy, because it's divine and feminine, is relaxed, is happy with oneself, is loving oneself, is comfortable in one's body, in one's female body. If you find that you're not comfortable in your body, if you find that you're hiding your body, or that you're overexposing your body to please other people, so whether you're hiding it to please other people, whether you're exposing it to please other people, then there's a sign there that you're not comfortable within your own body. If you're giving your body away, even if it's to your husband or your significant other or somebody you're quote-unquote devoted to, when you don't want to, then you're compromising your divine femininity. Then you're not comfortable again in your body. When you have hurt in your body and aches in your body and pain in your body, then you are compromising your divine femininity. Then again, you are not comfortable within your body. Everything is here for us as women to heal. Every color, every fragrance, every flower, every plant, even the dirt on the ground is here for us. It is from our mother. And because we are women, if we are not in touch with our mother, if we are not close to our mother, then guess what? We allow things to come near us and to be a part of us that really is not of us. And so in order to welcome men, the opposite sex, or for many women, this could be the same sex, another person to love you, you have to love your mother. And your mother is not somebody outside of you. It's not even the woman that gave birth to you. Your mother is around you every single day. She's around you when you look at the trees, when you stand on the grass, when you stay in the sun, when you feel the breeze against your body. That's your mother. And when you're connected to her, there's a free form, a free flowing. If you don't feel free, if you don't feel joyful, excited, happy, if you don't feel sensual, not because you have a man or not because you have a significant other, just because you feel so connected to yourself, because you have no aches and pains in your body, because you have no aches and pains in your heart, because you have no aches and pains in your womb. And so ladies, as I speak these things, so you have no aches and pains in your voice or your throat, I want you to touch the organs that I speak of, so that you have no aches and pains in your throat, so that you have no aches and pains in your heart, so that you have no aches and pains in your breast, so that you have no aches and pains in your womb, so that you have no aches and pains in your vagina, so that you have no aches and pains in your eyes, or your third eye rather, so that you have no aches and pains in your crown. I want you to be whole women, healthy women. When I talk about femininity, when you are in touch with it, this is when people give you stuff and you didn't have to give them sex. You didn't have to give them money. You didn't have to beg. You didn't have to plead. People want to give it to you because it's a natural energy. And when you're not getting what you want, the job that you want, the promotion that you want, the money that you want, the business that you want, the place of residence that you want, when things keep coming to you, when you're having interactions with your loved ones that are negative, when you're fighting physically with another human being, when you're attracting people who are mentally ill, people who make your life hard, attracting landlords and tenants and co-workers that seem like they're after you, they're out to get you. Something, your protective energy, that divine feminine energy should repel all of that. And if it's not doing that, then that means that your protective energy has a hole in it. It's torn, it's ripped, it's destroyed on levels, but we can build it back up again. You vibrate no matter what. So if you're in a bad way and you're thinking negative and you're afraid and you gain fear and you forgot about your femininity and you forgot about your body, when you were disconnected as a woman from your body, from the very thing that houses you, from your church, your synagogue, your temple, your ashram, this is what your body is. It is not frivolous. It's not something you don't pay attention to. It's not something that you forget about. It's something that you honor and you love and you respect. And guess what? It will honor, love, and respect you right back. Now, I want you to know that this video may be long. If the video cuts off, there will be a part 2. There's probably going to be a part 2 anyway. So you may have this video in 2 segments. And it's because I want to chop it up. If one video goes, it usually goes for about 30 minutes. That's more than enough time. And then a second video. It may not have that. We may get through all of this in one video. I'm saying to you, I'm going to be here as long as I need to be here so that I can give you what you need. I know that when you think about sensuality, sexuality, and adornment, let's break the words down. Sensuality. Nothing to do with sex at all. It's the way you move. It's the way you talk. It's the way you smile. It's the way you give. It's the way you love. It's the way you hug. It's the way you serve even. And you are served. You know, it's the way you feel when you come out of that sea salt bath. You know, it's the way you feel when you put your sensual ylang-ylang oil on. And we're going to talk about some different things. I got my basket here to show you things that we're going to use during our Raw Food Week. So sensuality to me is a feeling, a movement, an aura, an energy that women naturally have. Actually, a lot of men, there's men that are very sensual too. Just not, and no offense to anybody that's gay male, not gay. That's different. You can be gay and sensual as well. You can be gay and not sensual. But you can be heterosexual and sensual. It's the music you listen to sometimes with a man, or it's the way they can show their feelings, which is very sensual, or it's the way they make love and they touch you. It's the way that they love your woman body. Almost as if they revere it, that it's a reverence to them, that they're at the altar, that they're praying. If you are making love or have made love and you don't feel like your man is praying at the altar, is revering your body and your womanness, or some men have it when they do art, or they create clothing, or they create visual art, paintings, or they create sculptures, and very sensual. You know, it's something, I feel like you have to be comfortable in your body in order for your sensuality to come up. So many women have been hurt, raped, molested, violated in some way, that they don't feel comfortable being their true selves. Whatever that is, you know, flirting maybe a little bit here and there, but naturally, you know, batting the eyes, smiling, giggling, laughing. Some women don't feel comfortable because they feel like they're not going to be taken seriously. Or even wearing dresses that show your curves, or pants. Some women don't want to do that because their body, they believe, has gotten them in trouble. They believe that their body is the enemy. And I'm here to tell you that the body is not the enemy. And if you think that, then you lose your power as a woman because you're not respecting the curves. They are already there. Why hide them? Your breast is already there. Why hide it? So when you hiding it, you're not saying, well, Sister Nubia, I want to be taken seriously as a woman, and I'm not all about my tits and my ass. No, you're not. But your tits and your ass, excuse me, your breast and your booty is there. So it matters. And our breasts are here to nurture our young, nurture our dreams. When we think about this, what if you don't have a baby, but your breast still represents nurturing? Maybe it means that you're here to nurture your dreams. Maybe that's what your breast is for. And when you're not nurturing your dreams, when you're not nurturing who and what you are, you're not nurturing your desires, that will stop you from fully having what you want. So you're so busy trying to make yourself less womanly so that you can compete, so that you can be taken seriously in corporate America, all these things that are natural for women, so that you can have what everybody else has and be taken seriously, then in a sense you're not taken seriously at all. Because you don't seriously acknowledge this body. You don't seriously acknowledge these hips. You don't seriously acknowledge this vagina that flows. So why are you not flowing? So let's talk about flowing and ways to flow. Let's talk about certain organs and foods. So food is everything. Food has energy. Food can heal your organs, or food can destroy your organs. When your organs, I say they're all important, but some important organs in your bodies that you can actually help to stimulate and do something about is your liver. And your liver is your filtration, your detoxifying organ. It's what everything after you eat goes through, and what it does is it takes out the bad. But a lot of times we're putting so much food in our bodies that the liver just cannot filter this stuff out. It can't act as the screen to keep away the bad stuff from the rest of your organs. You know, and your kidneys too. Your kidneys actually are aiding in that. They're creating enzymes in your body that helps to break down the food to help the liver to function. So it's so important. So if that's out of order, then of course you're going to have lots of breakouts and pimples. You're going to actually feel bad and negative. You're going to have a bad attitude because you're in pain. Because the very organs that's supposed to help you release things cannot do that. And I'm telling you that the liver and the kidneys is not just about releasing physical things or food. It's about releasing emotional things too. So if you have a hard time forgiving, if you hold on to things and then you regret, if you're doubting and fearful about the future or the present, things that have already happened or hasn't happened already, then you might have some liver and kidney issues. And so we're going to talk about what foods are great for that. Actually, we can do that right now. So for the liver, for the kidneys actually, which is really wonderful, is this baby right here. And the liver, actually, kidney liver flush. It's a lemon. So the lemon creates an enzyme, and it helps your kidney and liver to actually activate itself and to actually work not so much harder, but easier. You know, lemon is an astringent, so it pulls out the mucus in your body. Lemon is great to have. Just cut this lemon, squeeze the juice into warm water, whether it's room temperature or slightly warmed up water, and drink it on an empty stomach. And allow it to help your digestive system to build up the hydrochloric acid in your body that helps you break down foods. But it's deeper than that too. Oh my God, when I smell it, the smell of it, this is an aroma. So it actually helps you to, it revives you. All citrus, if you do like order my products at the Blackberry Beauty, and you order my Blackberry Beauty products, I put lemon oil in my black soap facial cleanser. I put lemongrass in my moisturizer because lemon is uplifting. So lemon revives you. You know, it's almost like people use smelling salts when somebody passes out or faints. Lemon would actually be a wonderful thing to put in front of you. It keeps you close to the divine, to things that are fragrant and beautiful, to things that represent life. Also the color yellow. Yellow is for divine intelligence. Yellow corresponds with your third chakra, which is about 2 inches above your navel. And yellow is excellent for, let's talk about with your third chakra, which is your solar plexus. Why does that, and that represented by a color of yellow or golden or like the sun. So why yellow? And what does the solar plexus represent? The solar plex represents your will, your determination, your confidence, and your courage. It represents whether you're going to follow that intuition or not. Whether you're going to believe you can have that work or that man or that lifestyle or that job or that freedom or not. That's what it represents. So when that third chakra is out of balance, and this can help bring it back into balance, this is what I would do. I would right now, if I had a lemon, and I do, and if you have it, lay it right above that navel. And imagine that your solar plexus is spinning like the fan, like a fan. Like the blades of a fan, and it's spinning in a clockwise position. Notice if yours is dark. Notice if yours is spinning slowly or too quickly. Notice if yours is the blades of the fan are broken. Notice what, and then readjust it. Readjust it. So don't just eat the lemon. Look at the lemon. What does the color feel like? When you look at this beautiful color, this is divine femininity right here. What do you feel? I feel freshness. I feel alive. I feel hopeful. I feel like everything's going to be all right. Because also yellow represents divine intelligence. It means that there's an intelligence that is greater than you. We call it our higher self in many circles. And so every time I look at yellow, it reminds me to get in touch with my higher self. Also, divine intelligence is represented by the pen. It's represented by Tahuti, if you were dealing with the Kemetic belief system. Tahuti is the god, or the god guardian, if you will, of divine spoken words. So Tahuti represents the word. And so all this reminds me, that's why it's so good for the throat. If you have a sore throat, if you have a hoarse throat, if you have mucus in your throat, if you sing or you spoke a lot, or you're at a game and you're joyfully yelling or screaming, you want to use the lemon to actually clear the throat. So the lemon all is about self-expression. And when you're clear, when your throat is clear, your solar plexus are clear, your third eye is open, your crown chakra is open to divine intelligence, you become so sexy, so sensual, so beautiful, so oh my God, it's the most wonderful thing. And we are talking about adornment as well. It's adorning the inner organs. It's making them beautiful. That's what makes your outer self more beautiful. So the lemon is wonderful for that. So we talked about a little bit about sensuality. Another thing great for sensuality is this essential oil. It's called ylang oil. Y-L-A-N-G, Y-L-A-N-G, oil. This oil is all about sensuality. So this is what I do each morning before I leave my home. I actually anoint all of my chakras. So we are all girls, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I'll leave that right there. So what I do is I take some oil and I anoint my womb chakra. I anoint my heart chakra. I anoint my throat chakra. I anoint my third eye. And then I did it already. It's such a wonderful, potent fragrance. You don't need a lot. I pour it on my crown chakra. I put it on my hands. I rub my hands together. And then I actually wipe under the bottom of my feet so that the very ground that I walk on can become sacred. And I basically protect myself. And I also attract this. The smell is an aphrodisiac. So it's a sensual auric smell that goes through the atmosphere, and that's why men and women and children and people at cash registers want to give you something, because you're actually uplifting their own sensuality. It's also a mild sedative. So when you suffer from anxiety, or you just suffer from nervousness, or you suffer from you're afraid or fearful, it actually will naturally sedate you with no harmful side effects, with no side effects at all. And it's called ylang ylang, and it really does represent sensuality. So it gives you this feeling of loving yourself, and the smell is like beautiful, oh God, it's a mixture to me of orchids, magnolias, and what's the other thing that Billie Holiday used to wear in her head all the time? Forgot that flower, but I know as I say it, you know, and towards the end I'll probably just yell it out. But it represents all of that, that kind of smell together. And it is sedating. Like I've had some this morning and I'm feeling very sedated and very calm and very grounded. It's also very grounding, but grounding to your femininity, grounding to your womb. Very beautiful fragrance, wonderful for sensuality. And since we're talking about sensuality, another thing, and actually, you know what, it's good for activating the womb chakra and the sexual organs. So it's actually great for stimulating your libido. If your libido is low, your sex drive is low, it's wonderful for that. And then another thing, because we're talking about raw foods and eating, right now I'm using this. This is a company called Life Flow, and this is pure cocoa butter, which really is cacao, which is a natural chocolate. It is chocolate, and it has the wonderful smell. Not the Palmers, not the stuff that's mixed and got a little bit of cocoa butter and or cacao in it. This is the real thing. You smell like chocolate with the essential oils of rose and lavender. I mean, ylang ylang. Oh my God! And since your body is eating it, this is good for burns. This is good for scarring. This is good for stretch marks. This is good for those stubborn scars that you couldn't get away for years. Cocoa butter will actually relieve that. Plus, it keeps the skin soft and smooth. And when you have beautiful, soft, smooth skin, that's another thing. You feel great. So your body is eating this. So it's got vitamin E that's nourishing you, that's building up the collagen in your body, that's keeping your skin that glowing, that's actually, you know, destroying those free radicals that can cause cancer if you don't. So, but it attracts because people looking at you and going, oh my gosh, she's so glowing. I mean, what is she using on her skin? And it's the smell of it. Cacao is actually very stimulating to the mind. So cacao is a definite mind food. It's a food that actually takes you out of your body and into the higher realms and connects you to your third eye, your higher self, your spirit guides, your guardians. Cacao is beautiful, but in the form of cocoa butter. So that's another thing. And I want to talk about, since we're talking about beauty, right? We're talking about natural beauty, things that heal inside and out. If you want to have that glowing skin, you want to look for fruits and vegetables that have shiny skins. Real smooth, shiny skin, and you'll have smooth, shiny skin. So right now, persimmons are in season, at least in California. Persimmons are absolutely wonderful. They're orange. They help with the spleen. So they're actually helping to build a beautiful organ up so that you could actually, you know, not just speak what you feel, but believe it. Stand firm in it. Don't be wishy-washy. And that's what this is. And so the orange color helps with the spleen. The smoothness of this creates a smoothness of you and your skin. And that's how you have that flawless skin. It's called persimmons, and I want you to eat it. What I do is I take the persimmons, I take one banana, I take an apple, and I take a pear, which I forgot to get. And I take a pear and I chop it up and I create a fruit salad. I add sunflower seeds, sometimes raisins, sometimes almonds, and I eat that every morning. What that does is it's going to actually help you to your bowels to move. That's a lot of fiber, but a lot of nutrients. And so when you really want to be beautiful and stay beautiful, it's really all about the bowel movements. And you want to have that first one in the morning. And so starting your day off first with a green smoothie, which I will link one of my videos, my past videos on how to make a green smoothie for everyone. It'll be on a group page. But that, and then after my smoothie, I'm still a little hungry. I have a fruit salad and my energy level is up. It's natural, simple sugars. Sugars that actually give you energy, but you're not crashing afterwards. Other foods that have shiny skin that are great for you. Shiny skin foods have something called silica in it. Silica is what makes your skin glow, right? So it's cucumbers. Make sure you get them organic because the skin is most important. If you don't get them organic, you have to peel the skin, and the skin is where the silica is. And remember, shiny. Bell peppers, shiny foods, right? Shiny skins. Make sure again that they're organic. You want to eat your bell peppers. Red for the blood. Orange for the spleen, yellow for the kidney or the liver. I mean, you want to eat the right foods for the organs to keep you really beautiful. And also, though, foods have energy. Food has memory. Food has coding. And it remembers something very ancient. It remembers, it speaks to the earth, and the earth speaks to it, and the earth gives it all those nutrients and then gives it to you. So you really want to do that. You want to have your bananas. Of course, we know about bananas have potassium. Bananas are also great to move the bowel. Banana are also beautiful for the skin. Banana also gives you energy. Banana is good for lowering the blood pressure. Also, watermelon seeds, great for lowering the blood pressure. Chia seeds, great for lowering the blood pressure. So you want to keep but your pressure is about when you're feeling good and divine and beautiful, you don't get up here. You don't have the anxiety. And you got your essential oils going, and you took your sea salt bath, y'all, with your spirulina in it, which provides protein, which provides B6, which provides, some people say B12. There's a debate about it, whether it's true. Energy. It actually pulls toxins out your body. It pulls radiation. Seaweed. Dulse seaweed is another one. This is called Dulse, D-U-L-S-E. Dulse actually pulls out heavy metals and toxins from your body. It also gives you that iodine that you actually need to survive so that your thyroid stays healthy and working condition. It's very tasty. You can put them on salads. You can put them in soups. You can put them on sandwiches. You can eat it out the bag by itself. Make sure it's organic, and it's called Dulse. It has a salty taste. It's seaweed, and it's a reddish kind of color. So it's great for the blood like everything else. Gives you energy. But it also, like I said, it soaks up the radiation from our computers, our cell phones, all the things that keep your beauty away from you. It's really amazing foods. Another thing you want to do is raisins. You'll see that when I give you the smoothie recipe, I put raisins. Raisins are natural energy. When you're feeling down, you want raisins. Raisins actually move the bowel. Raisins are actually great for the skin. They create a beautiful glow in the skin. Raisins are great for, raisins, believe it or not, are great for protecting the enamel of your teeth. Yes, raisins. So it's great for enamel. Raisins also fill you up, so it gives you that feeling to feel satiated, just like chia seeds, so you won't overeat. But raisins are wonderful. They make you beautiful. You can add them to your smoothies. I put them on my salad. It is amazing, and it's one of the most energy-efficient foods that you can eat, and it's very easily digestible. So you want to do organic raisins always. Another thing is for beautiful skin, avocados are oily, right? So oily things are actually giving you that shine again. So avocados are great for the skin. They're great for filling you up. They're great for giving you the good fat that you need, because the brain is made up of fat. The brain actually needs fat, and this is a wonderful fat. It's tasty. It's great for salads. You can put them in smoothies. And again, glowing, beautiful skin. You know, this is an organic one. You may not always be able to get the organic. At least it has that protective shell. So if you can't always get something organic, then the avocados will be the one. If you couldn't get it organic, this would be okay. So avocados, you can put it on your hair as a mask, because it really is oil. So it's actually protecting and locking in the moisture in your body, but your inside of your body loves it. Because it has that oil-like texture, it actually is great for the colon, so it allows the food to move through. You got to understand that the beauty, it's not artificial. It's not from the outside. What makes you beautiful is the foods you put in your body. Now look, let me get to it. Another thing is I want to talk about another oil. Another oil is rose geranium oil, or rose otto oil, or rose oil general. Now something like this, rose geranium oil, this is 10 millimeters, this is $12, lasts forever. You can get real rose oil or rose oil that is not like a geranium, but the rose itself, and it's probably $65 or $45. But either way, this is a wonderful oil. You want to talk about it represents love. When people are down, when your loved one, your spouse, your husband, your loved one, your children, your best friends, people at the DMV, when they're feeling down and they smell this, it makes them want to love more and be more loving. Rose oil is great for opening your heart. The same type of anointing. I do the same thing with the rose oil. But like I said, then I get the feet and the crown. Rose oil is great for the heart and for opening of the heart. People who are very beautiful and sexy, they have to release and let go what's in the heart that hurt them and start anew. And when they're able to do that, you see the sensuality, the sexuality, the adornment in them. They feel amazing. I remember the brother I was with, my a brother, I'll just leave it that way, last night. He was like, oh my God, you bought Ylang Ylang Rose. I love when you wear Ylang Ylang Rose. It just makes me feel so good. It makes you look so beautiful and sexy. He said the fragrance makes me look, that was his words, beautiful and sexy. Because when you feel, all your senses become one. They all should be stimulated. And they are when you have certain oils. So I recommend rose oil. And I think the most important thing in this is nourishment. So a lot of times we're not getting all our vitamins and minerals from our fruits and our vegetables, from our kale, which is, remember, green foods build the blood, red foods detoxify the blood. So we want our green foods to build our blood, and these have vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients and micronutrients and all these wonderful things. And this is a combination of 6, 7 herbs. I added a new one. It's nettles, red raspberry, red clover, parsley, alfalfa, dandelion, and oat straw. It's great for regulating the menses, which is your period, your menstruation. It's also great for, I forgot one other thing. It's also great for nourishing you, giving you the vitamin and minerals. It's also great for keeping menopause, hot flashes, all those things at bay. It's also great for your skin, keeping your skin soft and subtle. It's also great for toning the womb. And this is very important because the womb is where we hold our hurts as women. Nobody told us that it's what we put in our body that makes us beautiful. They just said beauty's from within. They didn't explain to us what that meant. Your mind's going to open up. Your heart's going to open up. Your womb's going to open up. These are the very things that is our power as women. But because we've been hurt and lied to and not trusting and just doubtful and just torn apart, we close the very thing that is the power of a woman. We close the heart. We close the womb. In some ways, we close our minds. We hide our breasts and we don't look at ourselves in the mirror naked and we judge ourselves harshly. This other thing, my last thing, is seeds. Seeds are great for that protein. Nut seeds, almonds, great for the skin, high in vitamin E. Sunflower seeds, all these things are actually great for, like, they're brooms of the colon. They help to keep it clean. They give you that protein. And for those that's concerned about eating raw foods and losing a lot of weight, they keep the weight on you in a good way. Now, let's talk about it. Am I asking you to be a raw foodist? No, not in this series. I'm telling you that these are the foods that clean your organs, that beautify you, that makes you, these are the oils which are foods that keep you sensual, sexual, to open your heart. I'm telling you that these are the creams that you use in your body for glowing skin. And actually, the coconut butter has vitamin E in it. It's also a preservative, so it helps protect butters and oils, but also, like I said, it helps to take away dark marks and scarring. Think about scarring on the face. Is it representative of scarring of the heart, scarring of the womb? We've been lied to with the weaves and the makeup and the high heels and the jeans that's tight and all these things and stuff, the fake booties and, you know, all these things that we were told that if we have these things, we are beautiful. But it's the very being of a woman. So your breast is excreting energy that people feel, that your hips, when they sway back and forth, they're actually like music. They're rhythmic. It's like motion. And people follow it. It's hypnotizing. And it's supposed to be. We're talking about sacred geometry.